What if I told you a 13-year-old child is ambushed by adults on a bus, okay? Has to defend herself, and then somehow she gets suspended. Put it at full mass. Hell of a thing. Denton, Texas police are investigating an April 23rd incident after a 13-year-old girl claimed a pair of adults ambushed her on a bus outside of Bettye Myers Middle School, and that school officials did nothing to stop it. Additionally, the 8th grader said she was then suspended for 3 days despite attempting to avoid the altercation. With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show. The victim, whose name is being withheld because of her age, told authorities that she heard rumors throughout the day that a new girl at the school wanted to fight her. Later, as school was letting out, the two girls finally crossed paths, leading to a confrontation on the bus ramp. Quote, she said, if I didn't keep her name out of my mouth, then she was going to beat me up, the girl told CBS Texas, which withheld the names for both minors. Despite the increasing threat she faced, the targeted girl refused to fight and proceeded to get on the bus. She walked away as she was taught, okay? Where the other girl followed and challenged her to step back off. But again, she resisted. Quote, I was scared, end quote. The girl told the station afterwards, still emotional about the incident. Within a moment, the girls were throwing blows in the middle of the bus. In the midst of the chaos, the girl attempting to leave, was shocked to hear the other girl call for her mother, her mom, indicating it wasn't going to be a one-on-one fight. 2 more attackers joined, and she felt compelled to defend herself. She later expressed a sense of helplessness as no one intervened while the assault was recorded for social media, telling CBS Texas, quote, I was wishing I had my mama because nobody helped me. The young victim even said one of her attackers came up from behind and put her in a chokehold. The 3 attackers would leave the bus before it departed off school grounds, but later followed it in their own vehicle, followed the bus. They followed it to the girls' bus stop where they assaulted the child again. Video footage captures the 13-year-old on the ground screaming. During the assault, the 13-year-old managed to call her mom. Her mother emotionally told CBS Texas, quote, and I heard my baby scream out. The mother noted how the bus driver stood by during the violent incident, doing nothing. The victim's mother stating, quote, no one did anything, end quote. She said of the bus driver, quote, had he locked the door, called for help, waited for the police to arrive, those grown adults would not have been able to get on the bus, assault my child, and they wouldn't be able to follow the bus and continue assaulting her, adding that, quote, he just drove off as her daughter was being beaten at the bus stop. Earlier, the girl reported the threats to an assistant principal and a counselor who reportedly spoke to the aggressor, but they took little action to prevent the situation from worsening. Afterward, the victim blamed school officials for failing to protect her, expressing she didn't deserve what happened and that no child should experience such trauma. Myers Middle administrative staff, the principal is Trey Payton. The assistant principals are Jason Harnett and Tara Hartford. Those are the individuals who are responsible for protecting the children. In this case, they did not. The 13-year-old had stern words for the adults who jumped her, quote, I have to wake up every morning knowing that a grown adult put their hands on me. I can't walk to the store anymore. I have to look and watch every time when I see a white car, and I have to be on watch everywhere I go because of you. That's called post-traumatic stress. This is what has happened to this young lady. The girl's mother criticized Denton ISD for not adequately protecting children at school, expressing concern that without intervention, the situation could have resulted in a tragic outcome. Quote, I could be a parent planning funeral arrangements. If they would have had a weapon and got on the bus with a knife or a gun, she said, urging officials to take proactive steps to support students who seek help and address their concerns effectively. Dr. Jamie Wilson is the superintendent of schools. Denton officials could not discuss student discipline due to privacy laws, but confirmed the student who instigated the assault would not be returning to the campus. The district is also seeking criminal trespass warnings against the adults involved, indicated they will no longer be permitted on any school property. How about felony arrest? This is premeditated. It is child abuse. They then followed the bus to the location to do it again. There is nothing not criminal about this situation. There's more. In a statement to CBS Texas, the district said the following, quote, "This horrible video depicts unacceptable conduct Denton ISD never condones, including an adult unlawfully boarding a school bus. Per district policy, the driver immediately called dispatch and requested law enforcement. Drivers are not authorized to use their personal cell phones while on the bus to ensure safety," which is insane. Police responded to this incident, and this is currently an ongoing active investigation by Denton police centered around an adult unlawfully boarding the bus and injuring a child. It was the latest in a series of nationwide incidents where a group of adults showed up at a school with the purpose of ganging up on a student in defense of a family member. In late April, a 13-year-old in Yonkers, we covered it right here on Indisputable, New York, was attacked at a school by a group of parents defending a relative, also a student, leading to a brawl and a potential $40 million lawsuit. And the irony of that situation is that family went looking for another student and just found that student. Insane. I'm sharing thoughts here.
I have to address the statement, and I don't want to blame the person who wrote it. Perhaps it was at the direction of higher ups. If an adult can't use a cell phone when a felony child abuse is going down in front of them, and it's predatory, they're stalking them as the bus moves on. I don't know what we're doing here, okay? And I hate to sound like a broken record, but here you have this beautiful brown child not protected. I don't believe that would be the case. I just don't. If that child were white.
That's right. That's right. All right, we will continue to follow this story. Public pressure has to be kept exactly where it's at. All right.